Dosdall for Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, and in this video I'm going to share with you how to create these adorable little paper planters, these geometric planters, using the trim and scoreboard and the triangle score guide. This is a super easy project. It's great for gifts, great for teachers, neighbors, friends. Mother's Day is coming up, so this would be perfect. Anyways, so let's get started. First of all, I want to take you on a little tour of the trim and scoreboard and the triangle score guide, so you can see some of the neat features that they have. So what I love about this board is that it folds up in half, so that is great for storage, so it doesn't take up so much room in your craft space, because we know space is precious in your craft space. So it snaps together, so you can just pull it apart. And then down here, you'll just move these levers over and lock them in place, and that keeps the board flat when you're working with it. It's got a little pocket right here for the score knife or the score blade. So that's nice, because if you're like me, you probably lose them if you don't have them attached to your board. So if you're going to be cutting, you're going to scoop this out of the way and place that down, and then you're just ready to go ahead and cut. And you've got a replacement blade that stores right there, which is really handy. If you're going to score, you're going to flip this back over and leave this out of the way and just use your scoreboard. And you've got centimeters down here and inches up here. And it's just a super handy tool to have to be able to do the cutting and the scoring with the same tool, so you don't have to have 20 different tools out. So let me just show you a little bit about the triangle score guide. So this is a tool that goes along with your scoreboard, and you can use this with other scoreboards as well, but it just helps you to be able to create triangular shapes, to score triangular shapes on your papers. And one example is using it for paper gems. So this instruction booklet and template comes with the triangle score guide, and it just shows you how to make all kinds of cool projects using these really neat paper gems. These geometric shapes are so cool. They're really good for a lot of different things. But what I'm going to show you is not actually in here, but we're going to use these instructions anyways. We're going to do the icosahedron. And so we're going to just use a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper, and then according to this instruction booklet, we're going to score, if we're doing the 12 inch paper, we're going to score every 2 inches. Okay, if you're using, if you're going to make a smaller one, you could do 1.5 or 1 inches depending on your size, but we're going to do the largest one. So we're going to start with the paper and just start scoring regular score lines. So I've got some paper here. This is from the Magnolia Jane paper pad from Heidi Swap. There's just a lot of really pretty designs in that collection that lend themselves well to this geometric design, this geometric pattern. So we're going to start with just regular scoring. So we're going to place the paper on the board, and we're going to score every 2 inches, starting at number 2 here. And you guys know how to do this, so just score 2, 4, 6, 8, or 10. Okay, so I've got my score lines 2 all the way to 10. And right now what I need to do is mark this bottom left corner. So I'm just going to dog ear that corner, just fold it over a little bit so I can remember where that is, because it's going to help me as I align things up for scoring the triangles. Okay, so we're going to move the paper off the board. We're going to take our triangle score guide. And this is going to always be placed, whenever you put it on a scoreboard, always place it on the 9 and the 3. So it lines up with the 9 and the 3, okay? And this triangle score guide has 2 sides that you use both sides. So right now we're going to use the A side, and we're again going to line it up on the 9 and the 3. And it just kind of snaps into place there inside the grooves on the board. Okay, so we're going to start with the paper. Turn it counterclockwise, okay, or to your left, I guess. So that little corner that I folded is moving this direction. So we're just going to do this. And whenever you score, and of course we're going to flip that out of the way, whenever you score with this tool, you're going to start here and work your way out. So I am doing 2 inch score lines, so I'm going to start here and then just move every 2 inches. But if you were doing 1.5 or 1 inch, you would start here and then move out every 1 inch or 1.5 inches, depending on what you're making. So I'm going to start with this score line, which is on number 8 for me. And then I'm going to go to 6 and 4, and you're going to want to hold your paper nice and secure and make sure it's flush against this guide. And then for 2, I like to start up here just to make sure I've got the right score line that I'm doing. And then your 0 is right here on the cutting line. So we're just going to score right there. And again, I'm going to move outward to 10 and 12 at the very edge here. Whoops, hold that paper down. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take the triangle score guide and flip it over, flip it upside down, and again, line it up on the 9 and the 3, snap it into place. This time I'm gonna find my folded corner. Okay, here's my folded corner. This time I'm gonna rotate it clockwise. So I'm gonna go this way and just line it up here in the corner. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did on the other side. Start here in this top corner and do every 2 inches. Okay, so once I've finished that, I can set my board aside and my triangle score guide. I'm just gonna move those over here. Okay, and I'm gonna find my corner again, okay? And what I wanna do now is, as you can see, some of these lines don't extend all the way, obviously, because when you turn the paper this way, that's longer than 12 inches. So what you can do that's helpful is you can fold these score lines to just extend them all the way to the edge of the paper. And that's just going to help you be able to see exactly where you need to cut everything as we start cutting this out. You're going to want to be sure that you fold all of your score lines, your diagonal score lines, okay, because your vertical ones are just fine, obviously. Okay, so we're going to smooth that out. And then again, I'm going to find my little folded corner. Okay, make sure it's at the bottom left. And I'm going to flip this paper upside down. Because what I'm going to do now, let me just smooth it out a little bit, is I'm going to trace with my pencil a design that's going to show where I need to cut out. So this is in your booklet, okay? And you're going to just trace this design onto your paper following the score lines that you just made, okay? And you're going to make little tabs as well for assembling the box. We're going to start with the pencil up in this top corner right here, just like the booklet says. I don't know if you can see that, but we're going to go straight up, make a tab, and then we're going to bring this line straight down. Again, I'm just following the booklet. It's really not that hard. Pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Another tab, go over here and come straight down. You're going to do this all the way across. Now, these lines don't have to be perfectly straight because they're just guides to show you where to cut, because your score lines are already perfectly straight, and you're just going to make sure that you cut along those nice straight score lines. Cut down this. You're going to cut all the way to where those lines intersect, and then you're going to cut the tab straight across to there. And then again, just cut right down there. Straight all the way down. Okay, just about done. Cutting out my shape. And again, for this project, since you're going to see the inside of your project, you're going to want to erase any pencil lines that are still showing. I'm not going to take the time to do all that right now on the video, but I would use a nice high polymer clean eraser. Make sure it's nice and clean. But you'll just get rid of all those pencil lines so that your project looks nice and neat on the inside as well, since you'll see that. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to flip this back over, and we're just going to start kind of folding these tabs. Oops, I didn't cut that one. Hang on. Okay, I think they're all cut now. Since we've already creased the other score lines, we just need to fold these tabs over so that they're easy to work with when you assemble your geometric shape. Okay, now we're going to adhere this together. So I always recommend using for 3D projects, bended projects, you know, anything that you have to bend or fold paper. I love the Sticky Thumb American Crafts red double-sided tape. It is super, super strong. It's really the best. So I'm going to skip this one here because that is actually going to be cut off. It's going to be part of the side of the planter. So I'm going to start here and just place these along these tabs kind of close to the crease there. So we'll just start peeling this off and assembling the box. Again, we're not going to mess with this tab at the end because that's going to get cut off, but we're just going to start going like this, and you're just going to line this up right on that score line. Oops, one more time, and press it together so that it stays. And then we'll work with this one over here, and we'll just keep doing this until we kind of see the bowl shape or the planter shape starting to come through. Okay, so I've got this to the point now where I can start cutting flaps off to create the planter shape. So I'm just going to start here with this tab. But obviously I didn't need that one, so got a little extra tape there. And then I'm just going to keep cutting along this score line. And then again along this score line. And then I'm going to cut that tab. That's the tab we started with at the bottom that we didn't put any tape on. And we'll just cut that off. And then you've got your lovely planter, and it's going to sit, let's see if we can get it. Yep, it's going to sit like that. So it's not going to sit straight like that, but it'll sit like that, which is so pretty. So I hope that helps you guys get a feel for what an awesome tool the trim and scoreboard is, and the triangle score guide for creating fun 3D or dimensional projects. It's just super handy, again, to have the cutting and the trimming features right here, and this little guide just makes it so much fun to be able to create triangular, diagonal score lines. So thanks for joining me. I'm Aly Dosdall for Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine.